Over 2 million pieces of litter are dropped in the UK every day. This equates to around 30 million tonnes of dropped litter annually just in the UK alone. With net zero goals set for 2050, the weight is on our generation's shoulders, so we're asking the question, do young people care enough about climate change?
Firstly, we took to the streets of Nottingham to see how bad litter was affecting the city. When the pressure of keeping the planet under an increase of 1.5 degrees mounts, does the state of the city centre reflect this effort?
With over 2,500 litter bins across Nottingham, there should be no excuse to litter, yet there is still rubbish covering some parts of the streets. Studies show 79% of all litter recorded in Britain from 2017 to 2018 was smoking related. We spoke to a student mentor about sustainability in the city to get their say.
Well, there's been a lot of more like lifelong carrier bags being used by supermarkets. They're somewhat effective unless you buy lots of them, which I will do. Paper packaging is quite good as long as it's recyclable. Although paper, if you recycle it too often, it does degrade, and you're dropping 6 goes through before the fibre inside of it gets too loose before it can be solid again. So most of the supermarkets packaging is quite good, but then you've also got the single-use plastics they use to vacuum seal things, and they put their meats within all plastic containers and everything, and that's not great at all.
As a student, would you say you're sustainable?
To some degree. In my accommodation, we have the recycling bins, and I use those anything I can recycle, and I do hope that they do end up all going into recycling. But then you've also got the fact that if I want to actually eat food, I have to buy cheap food, and most cheap food come in plastic packaging. Most of those all single-use plastics. You also got the companies you're paying the food for have to ship that around with lots of trucks and everything. So it's not the most sustainable, but it's more sustainable than I could be doing.
Do you think this generation and young people as a whole care enough about sustainability and climate change?
Some do, but they don't really have the means to act on what they want to do, whether that be money or influence or whatever. But the majority, I'd say, don't care.
With the state of the streets post Nights Out, it's costing taxpayers £1 billion annually for street cleaning. 7 out of 10 items discarded are food packaging or wrappers, regardless of whether the packages are recyclable or not. According to a survey from the University of Bath in 2019, 41% of young people said they were hesitant to have children due to climate change, and 71% said their future is frightening.
With the weight of climate change looming over this generation, do our actions in our downtime reflect the urgency that we are constantly reminded we should have?